Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we have a good video for you. I am going to take you through one of my new favorite travel carry bags, the Able Carry Max 30 liter. Able Carry is a really cool brand that reached out to me to check out this bag. And at first, I gotta be honest, I was skeptical. I hadn't tried anything Able Carry before. I am a diehard Evergoods guy, Peak Design guy. I've done a lot of, had a lot of their bags. But when I saw this Able Carry Max bag, I thought, hey, that looks pretty cool. And let's give it a try. So today I'm gonna take you through this bag, inside, outside. I'm up here in North Georgia at Lake Lanier right now, shooting for a client of mine, the Margaritaville Islands client. And up here, I'm basically shooting, full photography, videography, drone stuff. So I use this Able Carry bag to pack all my drone, my Canon R5, all that stuff. But this bag is not necessarily a primary, first and foremost camera bag. It really is a full-on do-it-all travel bag. And I just wanted to test it this weekend to use it and have a reason to get it out, because I'm not going on any trips where I'm taking a plane anytime soon. So I brought it up here to Lake Lanier, packed out my camera gear, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm really impressed with how it performs. Let me take you through some of my favorite and least favorite features of the bag, but overall, pretty solid bag. Let's get into it. All right, so on the outside of the Able Carry 30 liter, this is a black X-Pack version. So X-Pack is, if you're not familiar, it's this fabric that is, not prone to ripping based on kind of how they sew in these diamond-shaped patterns into it. And it feels, kind of like a traditional nylon bag, but it does have a very slick and less flexible texture. Now, some people like it, some people don't. I think it's actually a pretty cool texture on the outside of a bag. Gives your bag a little bit of a look that most bags don't have, so it just kind of looks real premium. I've gotten a lot of compliments on this bag, people thinking it looks really nice. I will say this is probably, out of my Evergoods and my Peak Design bag, this is probably the best looking large bag that I have. I gotta be honest. And again, this bag impressed me over Evergoods and Peak Design in a couple ways. And obviously those are good bags, but let me just take you through some of those surprising things that I realized about this bag. And one being the overall aesthetic of the bag. Now, on the outside of the bag, you have a sideways admin pouch here up front, similar to kind of an Evergoods CTB 26 or 35. This admin pouch is completely, across the bag. Now, I personally use this admin pouch to, and I'll show you how I've packed out. I have my Evergoods Civic Access Pouch 1 liter in there. I love that this just slides in and out. So you can always pair these bags together. They do work together. I do love this thing. I reviewed this in another video that I will link down below. So check that out if you're interested. So you have this sideways admin pouch, and then within the admin pouch, you have pockets that go vertically. They go this way. So I don't know if you can see that, but the pockets go vertically. So what that does is when you put stuff in there and you're carrying the bag, you can access it on the side, but then when you turn the bag upright, all your stuff doesn't kind of slide around, which is something that does happen in the Evergoods bag. But I will say there's a give and take here. So in the Evergoods bag, when you reach in on the side, the pockets are vertical. So it makes sense that when you reach in, that like all your things are kind of the orientation that you would pick them up. In this bag, that's not the case, but there is an advantage in that your stuff doesn't slide around as much. So it's kind of, pick and choose your poison. This front pouch, I will say, is nice and roomy. Now, know that X-Pack doesn't really stretch a lot. So some bags, you can stretch some stuff in there. X-Pack, you get an X-Pack bag, that's not typically the case, but X-Pack is super durable. So again, it's a give and take in terms of what you want. But this pouch is super roomy, so keep that in mind. Coming along the side here, we have a really nice handle. So one thing that I did notice about this Able Carry bag is that all of the handles and the straps and exterior is really, really, really well made. So this strap handle is thicker and more cushioned than my Evergoods bag and my Peak Design bag as well. They also pair the X-Pack with this, I think it's 1000D Cordura. So the bag's almost a hybrid where you have like really nice Cordura on the back paneling with some nice foam padding on your back. So the padding in this bag and the comfort is really, really probably the best of all the bags that I have, and I do really think that. So another thing that I noticed that kind of goes, you know, with that is that when I put this bag on my back, I read that Able Carry, I did a little research on this bag before I, you know, was sent the bag to review, and Able Carry spends a lot of time on their fitment of the bag. And I will say that I've been carrying this bag around with a lot of camera gear, and the way that it feels, the comfort level that I have with it, it has not hurt my back once. The straps and the way the straps sit and the way that the bag sits on the back of your back, there's no digging. It sits perfectly. I have probably, you know, 20, 30 pounds in here right now, and my shoulders weren't getting sore walking all around, taking photos, throwing my drone up. So really, really cool. On the side of the bag, you also have this little pouch here that's kind of like just an extra side pouch in the bag where a water bottle pocket might be. They kind of replaced it so you can throw some stuff on the side, like your wallet, your keys, anything quick you want to access. So I really like this side access panel. And I will say that one thing that Able Carry, again, another thing that Able Carry did better than Evergoods, in my opinion here, is when you throw the bag on your back. So Evergoods makes mirrored bags, and they do that because a lot of people complain about Evergoods bags having the grab handle on the wrong side. So if you're right-handed and you throw your bag on your back like this, right, and you take your bag off, you swing it, a lot of times you grab it with that left hand. Now Evergoods puts the handle on the other side of the bag. They put it on this side as if you're going to take your bag off and grab it with your right hand. Now I know this sounds like, you know, crazy semantics and, you know, details, but this is the right side, and that's why Evergoods makes a mirrored version of a lot of their bags. When you take your bag off, a lot of times you throw it with the right shoulder and you grab it with the left. The grab handle should be on the left for a right-handed person for the most part. So Able Carry got that right. So bravo, Able Carry. I want to also mention that Able Carry has a full lifetime warranty on their bags, just like Evergoods, just like Peak Design, just like all the bag companies. They have a full lifetime warranty, and this bag is solid, man. They have the Cordura on the bottom that's super rough. I don't see this thing having any issues, which is why they're able to warranty it for life. It's a solid, solid, solid bag. Definitely more heavy duty than my Evergoods CTB 26. Now, I'm not going to say that's not going to hold up well, but it's just the fabric on this is just definitely more heavy duty, which makes the bag a little heavier, but I personally don't really care about how heavy my bag is per se. So yeah, super good material, strong material on the outside. They also have YKK zippers throughout, which are super, super nice. Again, this is another place where I have to give it to Able Carry, where the zippers that they use on this bag are beefier and bigger YKK zippers than all the other bags that I've used. We'll get into the main compartment in a sec, but you'll see that these zippers are super, super nice to use, and they're huge. I mean, honestly, they are really, really big zippers, and I have no problem sliding them, grabbing them. It's pretty sweet. But let's keep moving around the outside of the bags. From the back, as I mentioned, the straps are really, really nice. The buckle is a magnet buckle like that. Pretty chill little buckle there for the cross strap. The straps are super, super padded, more padded than my other bags. You have these nice seatbelt grab handles here. I love that material. This is super padded. You'll see that the padding here is really, really nice. Very, very nice foam. I didn't not get hot. This is elevated, so it kind of gives you a breathable channel in between. So I was getting nice wind through there. It felt really nice when I was wearing the bag, and I did not get too hot. Turning it to this side, this is where you have your water bottle pocket. So you'll see your water bottle pocket is actually kind of recessed into the bag. Now this has positives and negatives, pros and cons, right? When you have a water bottle in here, it does protrude into the bag. I have a broken lens cap in here right now that I busted on my gig today. Not lens cap, but UV filter. It's actually a circular polarizer, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, this side pocket pushes into the bag a little bit. So if you have a big water bottle in here, I try to stick a tripod in here. It wasn't great for that, but I will say I think it'd be perfect for a water bottle to keep it kind of sucked into your bag. I see why they do it, because a lot of these bags, they try to balance, do we have a water bottle pocket and have it protrude from the bag, or do we not have a water bottle pocket and allow the bag to be sleek on the side, which does present benefits when you're traveling and throwing the bag in the overhead and things like that. So I think this is a pretty good middle ground solution, but just know it pushes into the main compartment a little bit. All right, try to keep this not too long for you guys. So now that we are getting into the center of the bag, let's open up the main compartment here, and I'll show you how I have it packed out. Before we do that though, I just want to also call out, there is one little secret pocket back here, kind of near the laptop compartment, which we'll go into in a sec, but there's a secret pocket back here that I have my wallet, as well as car key, just some quick access stuff that I wanted easily accessible. That's a pretty cool little spot to stash stuff as well. All right, let's get into the main compartment here. So the main compartment is very roomy. I mean, for a 30-liter bag, I heard people complaining about the size. I think 30 liters is big. If you're carrying more than 30 liters, like, you should probably have a duffel with you or not be, like, it's just a lot to carry. 35 liters is probably the max I would carry. I think this thing does pack a little smaller than 30, maybe 28, but like it's pretty decent sized. So one thing I want to call out though is the main compartment does not have a full clamshell. So the main compartment, just no, it's kind of like a 3/4, probably a little more than 3/4 zip down, and it folds open like this. So you just can't get the full clamshell out of this bag. But when I first got this bag, I'm used to my Able Care or my Evergoods bags, which open fully and do full clamshell. I was worried I wasn't gonna like it. I'll be honest, it has not been that much of a pain. And again, I'm using this bag as a dedicated camera bag today. And I will say that, like, you know, it's not a dedicated camera bag, but it works really well with what I have in here. I'll go through what I have in here in a sec. So it doesn't open full clamshell. You have nice pockets right here where you can throw things up top. Nice zipper pocket here that you can, it's kind of like a mesh see-through. You can see through that a little bit, pretty solid. This is all super nice material. It's not probably X-Pack, I'm not really sure what it's called, but it's a stitched nylon that has those slits in it so it doesn't rip easily again, but everything feels super high quality. All right, so let's go through what I have packed out in here. I have my Evergoods Civic Access Sling 2 liter. I love this thing. This is something I pack in my gear, and I'll throw my film camera in here. I'll throw my wallet, keys, phone in here. This is like my go-to. I throw it on my side when I go somewhere, and this thing is just absolutely killer. You can see I have like my press badge here for today. I have my AirPods in here and that kind of thing. So awesome, awesome little bag that I always carry with me. And then I have a Canon lens here up top. I have my 15 to 35 RF Canon lens. Gotta love this thing. I have that stashed away. I will move this stuff to the side. And then I have my Evergoods 5 liter Civic Access Pouch, or whatever they call this thing. It's the 5 liter version. This is what I put when I'm filming my Osmo Pocket 3. I'm filming on that right now, but this is where I keep that. I stick everything from my Osmo Pocket in this little guy, and it does a really good job just kind of consolidating everything and allowing it to slot into my backpack nicely. So let's move these off to the side. Today's really about the Able Carry bag. All right, and I will say that I do also, if you're interested in this bag, I have an affiliate link down below that if you do go purchase this bag, please use the link, guys. It supports the channel. You don't have to, but if you don't use that link, I won't get any credit for it. So I'd appreciate it if you do it, and I'll drop the link down below. And yeah, check that out. And I also, in this bag, stashed in, this is a drone battery, but I stashed in my Tenba BYOB 10 case. Let's set this aside for a sec. My Tenba BYOB 10, which I do really like. This is great, goes in any backpack, fits perfectly in the Able Carry Max bag here. And I will show you what I have in here. To show you what I'm carrying today, I'm carrying my drone, which is my Mavic 3 Classic. I do really love this thing, shoots killer video. And then I have my Canon R5 with the 50mm RF buoy mounted to it. This thing's a beast. I have this in there, got my charger. Everything fits in this BYOB 10, and I have my drone chargers, a couple other things, but that's what's in there. Fits great within the Able Carry bag. All right, let us go back to the bag. Slide this off to the side here. And this is the main cavity. So you'll see here, the main cavity is very nice and deep. It's a big open square like everything else, but you'll see, as I mentioned, you have this bottom piece where you can't fully get to the bottom. That's no big deal. It's just something to keep in mind. If you really need a full clamshell, just know that you don't have one in this bag. There's all sorts of little spots to use carabiners or connections inside this bag. So they've thought of everything. They have the, you know, the nylon straps that run down the sides where you can hook on little carabiners and secure, you know, pouches of things that you want. Also a little pocket on the inside here where you can stash something, so there's something you want to secure in there. I put my tripod in here as well. I'm using my tripod now, but I slid my tripod in here in this bag on the way up, and it fit great. So I fit a ton of stuff in this bag. I did use it as a dedicated camera bag today, but I think it would also be a killer travel bag. So that's the main compartment. All right, and let's move on to the laptop compartment, and we can talk about that. So the laptop compartment here is I guess a 3/4 laptop compartment. I currently have my 13, I don't know, 15-inch MacBook Pro, MacBook Air in here. This is a MacBook Air, I think. 15-inch MacBook Air, which fits nicely in this thing. I've carried a lot of weight. You'll see here that it has this Separate spot for the laptop. It's got stuff for storage up in here. So I slid my MacBook Air in there. It holds very nicely and securely. I've had a lot of weight in here and I haven't really been worried about the way the pressure sits in the bag and pushes on the laptop. That is something I worry about sometimes, and I haven't worried about it one bit because of how nicely this thing fits and carries in your back, which is pretty sweet. There's also this pouch up top here that allows you to stick, you know, any sort of tech accessories you want, which I honestly didn't even have to use because I don't have a ton of stuff with me today, but you could fit a lot of stuff in here that's kind of related to your laptop. And the nice thing is when the bag's all zipped up, you can just open this top piece and get in there. So say you're like at the airport and your laptop's in there, you just want to grab something out of there, you can. Just keep in mind that's there. It's a pretty solid little spot. All right, so that is really the gist and the basics of the Able Carry bag. And I will say that, you know, if you're considering a 30-liter bag, right, it's that nice middle ground between 35-liter, you know, travel bag and a 26-liter. So I upgraded to this bag and used this bag today because I couldn't fit everything in my CTB 26. It's a little bit bigger than that, so it allowed me to more comfortably fit the, you know, the drone, the camera, all the things that I wanted to fit. So this is a good middle ground bag if you just need a little bit more room. It's probably a little big for an everyday carry, but it depends what you carry. And I would say it fits so nicely that, like, I really, as I was running around today, I started not to notice that it was with me. And I just kind of let it be on my back, and I kind of was pleasantly surprised by how I wasn't like dying to take this thing off. Sometimes when I go shoot events, I'll be dying to drop my backpack as soon as I can if it's pretty heavy. So just know that this thing carried really well and I didn't really have any issues. I'm just gonna load it back up here again to show you how easily everything fits in here. Full day's worth of camera gear. Just kind of slots right in like that. Right. And these zippers, I mean, I can't get over how nice and easy they are. I mean, seriously, look at this. I know I keep dropping the zipper, but look at that. I mean, it's probably one of the smoothest zippers. The way that they organized it and how beefy and nice they are, they're probably some of the smoothest zippers that I've used even over the Evergoods. So I'll be honest with you, the question is, you know, would I start picking this? Would I start using Able Carry and grabbing this bag over my Evergoods bag? And the honest answer with you is 100%. I mean, there's nothing bad about this bag. This bag is a really, really awesome bag. I think they're a little bit underrated in my opinion, after having used one. I mean, it's a very nice, sleek bag. When it's fully packed out, it looks really nice. And yeah, I'll definitely throw this into my rotation when I'm going on a trip and I need to kind of carry something a little bit bigger, but I don't want to grab the Peak Design 45-liter because that thing is a beast. This thing I could definitely carry through the airport, and it's so much more comfortable than the Peak Design 45. The Peak Design 45 straps are they're just not what they need to be. I mean, they are just not comfortable, and these straps on this bag are just really incredibly comfortable. So I highly recommend this bag. So yeah, if you enjoyed this and you got anything out of it, drop a comment down below, show me some love. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel a lot. And like I mentioned, grab an Able Carry Max 30-liter. I have the affiliate link down below. You can grab that, click that link, and go grab yourself one of these, and I would really appreciate it. If you have any questions, drop them down below. And again, guys, you know, Able Carry sent me this bag. This is a 100% sponsored review, but it's 100% honest review where I genuinely took this bag out all day today and I just got done, and I'm honestly very pleased with how it performed. So yeah, if you have any questions, drop them down below and I'll catch you in the next bag review, guys. Peace.